Hello, this is an introduction on how to do the Squirrels in the Forest activity for meeting for October 25th. So the main goal of this activity will be to represent ratios in different ways. So the first question asks, how can we represent ratios in different ways, which we'll be using through the questions throughout the activities, percentages, lines, bar models, equations, and we'll talk about how to create those different representations of ratios. Second question asks, if a ratio of cats and dogs is 2 to 6 and we duplicate both the number of cats and dogs, what's the new ratio? And you could show them the new ratio is the same thing as the first ratio by using the representations that we just mentioned. What if the new ratio only duplicated the number of cats? Well, then it'd be a slightly different ratio, and then you could show them that 1 to 3 relationship. And then third question is introducing the bar model. Let x, y, z be numbers in the flying bar model. What is the relationship between x and y, and explain why? So for this activity, it'll be pretty simple. You will just need to use the 2 pages in the workbook, which will be asking questions, which you will already have the answers to, and I'll show you that in a moment. And we'll be using expo markers and whiteboards the entire time. So in this activity, present students with the following situation. Some scientists have studied several forests in order to study the number of squirrels that live in it. They want to give them a model that relates the number of trees with the number of squirrels using ratios, proportionality, and other tools. They tell you that making some approximations is okay. Can you help them? And then you could read the rest. It's just more information on this activity, and I'll go straight into the questions. So what we have here are students that emailed you questions that you will have to answer. So we'll go with the first email, which is by Dylan, and Dylan asks, what relation can you see between the numbers of trees and the numbers of squirrels? Write all that comes to mind. So again, you will have the answers to these. All you have to do is have the students refer to the table in the top right corner, and in your sheet you will have a page that looks like this that says solutions. So Dylan, solution is, this is an open question and many levels of generality should be valid. If trees grow, squirrels grow, and you can see that. If there are no trees, then there are no squirrels. There is a proportionality relation. And if we do division, 40 divided by 98, we'll see that there's a 2 to 5 ratio in each of these columns. And if the students don't get too specific, then don't worry, later questions will help them. And again, there's 2 pages worth of questions. Pages 3 are easier question than on page 4. So we'll go through one more question by Paola, which find a ratio that approximately predicts the data in the table. It's okay to use roundings, we do that in science. Also draw this ratio using a bar model so that I can understand it better. So we already deciphered that the ratio between trees and squirrels is 2 to 5. So all we have to do is use a bar model to represent that ratio. And this is the basic idea of what you'll be doing the entire time. So don't worry about any extra supplies or something like that. You'll just be answering these questions, and that is the entirety of the activity.